Next Level Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Week 8 SFL action continues this afternoon from the Full Moon Coliseum as the Los Angeles Lycans play host to the Lone Star Glory. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Mike Daggs, and alongside me in the broadcast booth is Hall of Famer Matt Wilson. Our statisticians today are Justin Reside and Damon Simeon. You are watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. Matt, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Mike. I just wheeled on in.
Yes, you certainly did, Matt. Matt, as we begin the second half of the regular season, it's time to start thinking about how the playoff picture will unfold over the next several weeks. Today, we've got two teams, each at 3-3, but different situations within their division. For South Division Lone Star, they're tied for the division lead with the Mexico City Aztecs. However, the Pacific Division, Los Angeles, they're 2 games back from division leader 5-1 Vancouver and tied for second position with San Diego. So for Lone Star, a win today could potentially mean leading the division after Week 8, whereas for Los Angeles, they need to win to, at best, take second place and avoid finding themselves falling 3 games back down into third place. Still a lot of football left in Season 18, but playoff implications starting to take shape. What are the keys to victory for both teams in this one?
Mike, you just confused me with all that math. But anyways, Lone Star had a rough game against Baltimore last week. Ace Bennett struggled, going for just 229 yards. He did have 2 touchdowns, but 3 costly interceptions. Lone Star needs to cut down on those turnovers and give LA a heavy dose of Ike McBride. Defensively, like it, Xavius Reed, LA's receiver, had almost 150 yards last week. The Lycans come off a big come-behind victory against Carolina. The pre-mentioned Xavius Reed was a big factor, as well as Sully Richardson's 366 yards, 2 touchdowns, and astonishing 86.1% completion percentage. Like, also never turn the ball over. Playing a clean game like that will usually lead to a victory. Which team will come out on top? Mike, there's only one way to find out, and that's on the field.
All right, Matt, well, we will head down to the field, and this game is underway. LZ Pryor brings the kick return back up to the 27-yard line, and that is where Sully Richardson will lead the offense out onto the field for the first time. Sully Richardson is the quarterback. The halfback is Robert Johnson. Tommy Rahman is the fullback. Wide receivers Terrence Wary, Xavius Reed, LZ Pryor, and Chris Lee. Jack Flash is the tight end. Vladimir Dunham and Bob Dunham are the left tackle and left guard. First play from scrimmage was a handoff to Robert Johnson. That one is good for a gain of 5. Second down and 5 now. Three wide receiver set for the Lycans. Robert Johnson over 100 yards last week, Matt, and 2 touchdowns. First pass of the day is complete. Quick slant over the middle, caught at the 41-yard line, and that will move the chains.
Yeah, LZ Pryor there with a nice catch for LA. Yeah, Johnson had a sneaky good game last week, so something also Lone Star has to be wary of. LA can kind of has multiple places to go on offense.
Richardson under center on first down. Deep drop, steps up and throws on the run.
No!
And that one's picked off going the other direction to the 40 with blockers out in front. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown Lone Star. Bo Martin Jr. with the pick 6.
Well, Mike, I talked about LA not turning the ball over all last game, and, well, you know, commentators curse. Nice pick, but I don't know where Sully was going on that one. I think he tried to move around a little too much in the pocket, didn't set his feet well. Goodbye, football.
Yeah, absolutely. I only saw Glory players in the area. I didn't see any Lycans anywhere in that shot. Bo Martin Jr., with the pick 6, able to bring that one all the way back to the house. Only his second pick on the season, 10th all-time in his career. First pick 6 for Bo Martin Jr. Extra point is up and good, and the Lone Star Glory will take an early 7-0 lead here on the road. If you are new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, you can visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. And Pryor will bring this one off the goal line and gets that one up to the 24. So, Matt, you mentioned it. Sully Richardson with a clean game last week, 37-43, 86% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, no picks. And here we are, about a minute 20 into this ball game, and he's already not only thrown a pick, but a pick 6. As you see his stats from last week there on your screen. Empty backfield now, so he'll go right back to the air, Matt.
I don't know if that's such a wise decision, but
Richardson throws into traffic. And that one falls harmlessly to the turf. Incomplete. The starting defense for the Lone Star Glory, Jukin Rukin, Yogi Barr, Bobo Caudill, and Tina Begin are the defensive linemen. The linebackers are Freddie Trammell, Bogey Barr, and Jay Mart. The corners, Mickey McGuire, and, of course, I think everybody already now knows Bo Martin Jr., number 44. The safeties, Evan Lacey, Albert Begin, and Nate Hall. 2nd down and 10, I formation. Richardson will hand this one off to Robert Johnston, trying to bounce it around to the outside. His initial hole was plugged, Matt. Tried to get it around the outside, and rookie Bogey Barr says, I'm going to get a TFL.
I thought Yogi looked a little thin. Nope, it must have been his brother.
Not
smaller, enough picnic baskets for him.
The smaller Barr. On a 3rd down and long 13, Richardson's going to look, fire over the middle, and somehow it is caught. Called in for a 1st down in traffic. 3 back-to-back dangerous passes.
Yeah.
One went for a pick 6, one complete. That one also complete.
Kind of opposite of what you want to do on a drive, Mike. Go backwards and then have to throw a real tight pass in there for a 1st down. But LA was successful. But again, look how far Lone Star is up on these receivers.
Another short drop for Richardson. This time he gets that one out to the right-hand side. Jack Flash, the tight end, with the catch. Good for a gain of 8. 2nd down and 2.
Well, if Lone Star's going to jam the receivers at the line, throw it to your tight end. On the line, they can't jam him. We'll have to see if that's a strategy Lone Star's going to use a lot going forward, or only occasionally as they're playing more standard coverage here.
Backs in the backfield now for LA. Going to hand that one off to Johnson. Surging forward. He will convert, gets the 1st down up to their own 46-yard line.
Yeah, Lone Star brought the linebackers. Still couldn't stop Johnson. Johnson just kind of has to be efficient. If he's efficient, LA's got a good shot. But, if they keep stopping him up, it's going to make these pass plays a little dicey.
Richardson in the gun now on 1st down. Steps up into the pocket, tries to avoid the pressure, does avoid it, gets the pass away. What a nice play. Terrence Wary with the catch. Good for 6.
Something else to watch is this Lone Star front 4. They've gotten pressure a couple times now on Richardson, and that could affect future balls.
The left side of the offensive line fortified for the Lycans with Vladimir Dunham and Bob Dunham at left tackle and left guard. The right side could be where we could see some extra pressure coming through. Robert Johnson trying to get the 1st down there, falls 2 yards shy, will set up a 3rd down and 2.
Always an interesting scenario, 3rd and 2. Is it a long 2? Is it a short 2? My gut would be give it to Robert Johnson here, but
you talk about his need to be efficient. He's averaging 4.6 yards per carry on the season, just under 4 yards per carry last week. They do indeed hand it to him off tackle to the left. He gets the 1st down, lowers his shoulder, and gets a couple extra yards for his troubles. Surges forward, moves the chains, 1st down and 10. Alone 38.
What can Rob do for you, Mike? He can do that. Lower the shoulder and down goes 44. I hate to see it happen to a 44, Mike, but
Bo Martin Jr., Matt, he's the one who had the pick six earlier on in the ball game and just paid the price for getting in the way of Robert Johnson there. Johnson takes the handoff again. This time met right at the line. Nate Hall, the first one there, wraps him up and brings him down. No gain on the play.
Yeah, they ran a trap play, but that was shut down nicely by Lone Star. So 2nd and 10. See if Lone Star is going to jam those receivers up. Nope, they're playing a... this is interesting. You got a 4-3 against a 3-wide set. See if a little audible maybe to the top.
Richardson, he's going to hand that one off to Johnson. No. Johnson once again tries to get around to the right-hand side, Matt, and another tackle for a loss by Bogey Barr. You know, Matt, I mentioned that a couple snaps ago. The right side of this offensive line not quite the same as the left side, and both TFLs for Barr came on that right side.
To me, that looks like a situation where you want to pass. You got your 3 wides against a 4-3. Just keep one of the fullback in the block.
Outside of field goal range, they will pass here. This one is caught, but he will fall a yard shy of the line to gain. And that one will set up a 4th down and 1 from the 29. So might be a good time for Rob Ems to trot out onto the field and try a field goal.
Still decent job to get into field goal range. Yeah, everybody was slanting. And so that happens when you lose yards, Mike. You know, like, if it was a regular and 10, it would have been a 1st down. Well,
and they keep the offense out on the field. We'll see if they just try to draw the glory off sides or if they're actually going to go for this one. Richardson with the hard count. 10 seconds left on the play clock. I don't know. I mean, you talk about a long 2 and a short 2 earlier, Matt. This is definitely a long 1.
Yeah.
And they will burn the timeout. Could not get the glory to jump, and now we will see Rob Ems come out onto the field for a long field goal try. He's 7 of 7 so far on the season. Has not yet missed. Not used a whole lot, Matt. You know, in 6 games, only 7 field goal attempts.
Oh, it should be well within his range.
So Rob Ems does indeed come out for the field goal try. This one will be from about 45 yards out from the right hash. Nico Squirrel on to hold.
The Wiley Squirrel.
The Wiley Squirrel with a good hold. Rob Ems' kick is on its way. It's up. It's good. And Los Angeles able to put some points on the board on their second drive, but still trailing. And we haven't seen the Lone Star Glory offense even on the field yet, Matt. And we were at 4 minutes, 27 seconds to go in the quarter.
It's going to be interesting. I guess, Ike McBride's got plenty of rest. He's just hanging out.
12-play, 45-yard drive, Matt. Only resulting in 3 points. Anytime you see a drive get into double-digit plays, usually expect it to make its way to the end zone, but in that case, it's not. Oh, what a fierce stiff arm. Greg Soto on the return brings it up to the 30-yard line, and wow, nice stiff arm by Soto.
Yeah. Never want to get stiff armed by a wide receiver, Mike. That's just kind of a little bit humiliating.
Ace Fennick, the quarterback, number 12 for the Lone Star Glory, out onto the field for their first offensive snap with 4 minutes, 20 seconds in the first quarter. What do you see?
Seen this formation before.
Oh,
man.
Mike McBride bottled up in the backfield for a 1-yard loss. Is that what you were concerned about?
Well, no, I thought they were going to go off tackle. It looked like LA had shifted the wrong direction. I thought it could be a pretty good play. Instead, they head up the middle and get absolutely nothing, losing a yard, in fact. And, remember, Fennick had all his picks. Here we go again. Look for your tight end. See the press, look for the tight end.
Fennick.
Or that.
That gets it out to McBride. McBride tries to get the stiff arm out, and Danny Stinson, the inside linebacker, number 93, says, no. Sit down, my lady. Ike McBride tackled after a 3-yard gain, sets up a 3rd down and 8. Ace Fennick will come out in the gun now. At risk of going 3 and out pretty quickly here. Fennick up top. There's the out route. It's complete. And Greg Soto with the catch, but it will indeed be a 3 and out. And only 1 minute and 14 seconds picked away in that drive after 2 lengthy possessions. Well, 1 short and then 1 lengthy possession by Los Angeles.
Yeah, that was the opposite of LA's last possession. 3 and out.
Well, speaking of LA, Lone Star Glory punter LA sits on the field to punt. Kicks this one away. Elsie Pryor takes it back just outside the 20, gets it up to the 28. And that's where the Lycans will get their 3rd crack at things on offense here. Sully Richardson so far, Matt, 5 of 7 for 48 yards with a pick.
There's really, 6 of 7.
Matt says picks don't count. Yeah, coming from a quarterback.
Exactly. Like keep that completion percentage.
Richardson back to throw. Quick pass over the middle, and that one is caught. Oh, and still fighting for some extra yards. Yeah, why not? Jack Flash throwing it to the tight end once again. 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, slants. It's working so far against Lone Star. I'm surprised as Mexico City runs that quite a bit. But again, now you just give it to Robert Johnson and have him get his the 1 yard. But I like this as a passing look, Mike. But they don't.
They're going to hand it off to Johnson. Oh, Johnson lowering the shoulder again. Gets another couple of yards. He's only averaging 2.1 yards per carry so far, Matt. He was bottled up a little bit at first, but the last couple of runs that we've seen have gone for some good gains.
Both these backs are punishing, so they get rolling downfield, tough to bring down, and throughout the game, takes more and more toll, especially on those corners and safeties.
Johnson takes this one, tries to get past the line of scrimmage and can't. He's wrapped up and brought down by Albert Begin. We'll set up a 2nd down and 9.
Kind of a slower developing run. Lone Star was able to rally to Johnson. Pull back in. Oh, okay. We got maybe a little flare out pass here. Watch the 2 guys in the backfield.
Richardson. Tries to get it to one of them, but can't. Is landed on. Ouch. Tina Begin with the sack.
Oh, geez. Wow. We got 2 Begins. We got 2 bars.
That's right.
And a troll. Just cause.
And a random troll. Tina
Just
Begin.
A random cave troll.
Tina Begin with the sack. Had one last week as well. Richardson steps up and throws, and that one is taken away. Trying to work the sidelines, but it is picked off. Mickey McGuire with the interception, is 3rd on the season.
Yeah, we saw some corner routes last week, and there you go. Corner route. And Xavius Reed, who had such a big game last week, I told him to blanket him. That was one-on-one coverage, but nicely done. And now Lone Star has the ball back in pretty good field position.
Yeah, Xavius Reed targeted the most last week by Los Angeles. 11 receptions with 149 yards and a touchdown. Tried to hit him there, but it was picked off. And now Lone Star will get a shot on offense. Out route up to the top, and that one is complete. 2nd down in inches. We're not able to get a 1st down on their opening series. Adam Williams with the catch. The full starting offense for Lone Star Glory: quarterback Ace Fennick, the halfback, she is Ike McBride, the fullback Mateo Pravado, wide receivers Ziggy Ronick, Greg Soto, Deuce Fennick, and Dave Axis, the tight end Adam Williams. Ball is handed off to Ike McBride. She'll get the 1st down on that one. The center is Rylan Caudill. Don't want to forget him. It looks like actually Pravado took that carry.
Well,
got the 1st down.
Here we go again, Mike. Look at all the Lycans on the line. Then they shift. Interesting.
Wide receivers out to the right. Fennec, quick pass over the middle. Jumping catch by Ziggy Roenick.
That was dangerous.
Absolutely was. And that will bring us to the end of quarter number 1. 7-3, the Lone Star Glory lead over the Los Angeles Lycans. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. We'll be back after this. Stay with us. And welcome back to Full Moon Coliseum. Los Angeles Lycans hosting the Lone Star Glory. Lone Star in possession of the football. And that one is handed off to Mateo Privado. And good for nothing. It'll be third down and 6 after no gain. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Matt Wilson. Justin Reside, Damon Simeon are with us on stats. Our producer is Cameron Irvine. Simulation Football League Saturday Showcase on Next Level Sports. Third down and 6 now. For the Glory, Fennec. Short drop, quick pass over the middle. Hits his target. First down up to the 32.
Little taste of their own medicine there, running all slants on the under center, and LA gets burned this time on it.
Adam Williams with the catch. Had 6 receptions for 39 yards last week. So far today, Matt, Ace Fennec, 4 of 4.
So let's see if they, yep.
Oh, they hand that one off to Ike McBride. She'll go for a loss of 1.
Every time I see that full house backfield, I think, well, it's either going to be up the middle, it's going to be off tackle, or it's going to be a set screen. And so far, Lone Star has just run up the middle twice, and it hasn't really worked out for him yet.
Brogan Spiraw with that tackle for a loss.
Oh,
This
God.
one- well,
Rip.
we'll have to see if they can get back up after that, Matt.
Ow. that hurt my back.
My goodness. Kevin Brackett laying a punishing hit.
I think that was Bravado again. Oh, he had a neck roll, Mike. That's how I knew.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, it's coming.
Matt loves the neck roll look. Ace Fennec in the gun on third down and 11. Fires over the middle.
Oh!
Tipped and incomplete. Was throwing it only to a pair of Lycans. That one is tipped by Danny Stinson. Falls to the turf. Fourth down and 11. And James Troll will come out onto the field for a long field goal try, Matt. This one will be from just shy of 50, I believe.
Yeah, the man that gets away with not wearing a face mask. I don't know how he does it, Mike. The real troll.
Well, he has his uniform inspected. It passes inspection, then he grabs a screwdriver, takes it right off. That's the rumor that I've heard. James Stroll, 6-7 on the season. This one from 50, and it is good, barely.
I thought that was short. Ooh.
I was waiting for that, the infamous dong, off the post, but
Where was the cam from Monday night? That's what I needed for these field goals. I can actually see where the heck they're going.
Yeah. Monday night special, some different camera angles. If you missed that game, it's worth going back and checking on it. You can go to the Simulation Football League YouTube channel and see all of our previous games. James Stroll was 77th make all time in his career. That kick brought back up to the 26-yard line, and Sully Richardson and company back out onto the field. Matt Richardson not having quite as efficient of a day as Ace Fennick. 6 of 10 for Richardson at this point.
Yeah, the pressure's kind of got to him from the front for a Lone Star. Robert Johnson has been tackled behind the line of scrimmage a couple of times so far.
After throwing no interceptions last week, already has 2 here in this one. Robert Johnson trying to put the team on his back. Surges forward for a gain of 7, sets up a 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, they ran the trap play again. This time Johnson breaks 2 tackles. I mean, I don't know if you call that a successful running play. It was more of a successful Johnson play. Trips, but Lone Star playing way off. Way off.
See, Richardson takes advantage. It's a short drop. Yep, he does indeed. Gets the out route complete to Xavius Reed. And Reed will spin himself forward to the 40-yard line. You see the quarterback comparison. And Matt, the number that it's not showing on there is the quarterback rating. Right now, Richardson's is about half of Ace Fennick's.
I don't know what Lone Star was doing playing that far off when you got tight set like that, but they seem to be better prepared this time.
3 linemen for the glory.
Oh!
And that pass is complete. Hauled in by LZ Pryor. 2nd down and 5.
That tackle near a bunch of phones, Mike. Huh. I wonder what they're using the phones for.
Well, Matt, they call people on those.
Maybe.
How you order your halftime snacks.
Ah, there you go.
Four wide receiver look now on 2nd down. Richardson throws over the middle, wide open. That pass complete to Chris Lee, and that'll get them into Lone Star territory.
Richardson a little pump fake there. Finds the open Lee. Yeah, just running a slant. Look at that throw, right on the money, right in between 3 glory. That's the Richardson we're used to seeing.
Yeah, Richardson patiently waited for Lee to get past linebacker Jay Mart and slung that rock right in there.
Again,
when Johnson's average still not great, Matt, at 2.5. His long on the day is 7. He's had 3 of them, but he can't get quite down. And there he goes for 2. So he can't quite get past that 7-yard mark quite yet.
That
his long
good
last
too.
week was 58. So, you mentioned he had a big day with 102 yards, but literally over half of those yards came on 1 run. So,
oh, Mike, don't give me that stuff. It's all it.
Just
I've heard that logic before. I don't buy it. Yards are yards, wherever you get them.
Richardson to throw. Out route up to the top. That one is caught. Sets up a 3rd down and 3. See, you're the type of quarterback, Matt, where you'll throw a 1-yard pass and your receiver will run for the next 75 yards to the house.
Exactly.
And you'll tell everybody, "Did you see that beautiful 75-yard touchdown pass I threw?"
I read the coverage perfectly.
Okay. Offside eye formation on 3rd down and 3. Richardson to throw. Quick pass over the middle is caught. Xavius Reed with the reception and moves the chains just outside the red zone. 1st down.
Another slant. Beautifully ran by Reed. Nice recognition by Richardson. Moving the chains. And this drive seems to have more of LA's rhythm. They just have to, get it into the end zone.
Richardson's rating, you can see it there, 52.2. It's on the climb. Those 2 picks will hurt that number. So he can get some into the end zone. See if he can do it on this drive. Richardson looks, throws a short pass over the middle. Xavius Reed once again.
Intelligent. His other receivers were well covered. Reed again just kind of squirting out, finding the middle of the field. That's it. Just get it there. Get your 6 yards on first down and open up the playbook on second. And we'll have to really open it up here, Mike.
The Lycans facing a top 10 passing defense of the Lone Star Glory, number 8 in the league with fewest average pass yards per game. Jack Flash has that reception. Good for another first down. This will be a first and goal from the 5.
Yeah, great grab by Flash again. It's landing everyone, and it works again. Now let's see, how does Los Angeles finish this drive off? Oh boy, so far off again, Mike.
Yeah.
Just take 4 yards to the top, and then you'd be 2nd and 2.
Richardson, see what he can do. Out route down to the bottom, and that one is swatted down. Mickey McGuire getting his hands on the ball. He had a pick earlier. He wanted a second one.
Yeah, not quite quick enough there from Richardson. Got to get it out. Now second.
I liked the out route. I liked the quick out route, but like you just said, not quite quick enough.
Yeah, you got to. Again, bottom of the screen might be wide open, Mike.
Top 2, 3 receivers up to the top, and nobody in sight. He'll go over the middle. Why not? Touchdown, Lycans.
Dave Axis finds the middle of the field, distracted us both, Mike. We were looking at both sides of the field. Dave Axis there Chris Lee, excuse me. Just sitting there in the middle of the end zone and not covered. So
we're looking up top. We're looking down bottom. Richardson's looking over the middle, gets the touchdown there.
Now we're pretty much back to square one.
Yeah, extra point away from tying this one up. Nico Squirrel on to hold once again, Matt. Great hold the first time. Another good one. Rob Ems kicks it up and through 10-10 with 4:28 to go in the second quarter. Have you checked out video content produced by our community lately? You can catch the Sim Pod every week, SFL Crunch Time, and Road to Glory every Wednesday night. SFL Nights with AJ Stryker premieres on Thursday nights. Say It With Your Chest airs Fridays, and NETMA can be seen all week long at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Every week, the live show schedule can be accessed through our Discord server at the top of the channel listing. Just look for the events tab. If you're not part of our Discord server, you should be. Go to discord.com and you can download the software and set it up. And Greg Soto is trying to get some points back right there. Couldn't quite do it, but nice return up to the 29.
Yeah, he juked. He almost made it through the Sea of Humanity, but not quite. But a nice little comeback here from LA. And remember, Lone Star's only touchdown at this point was the pick 6. But
That's right.
Not from the offense, from special teams.
Only 3 points from the offense. See what they can do here. Fennec throws this one. My goodness, that just sailed. Throw that one really deep. Oof. Straight into the hands of Jack Hacksaw.
Oh. Almost caught that ball, Mike. That was a tough catch for even a receiver to make.
Second down and 10.
Here we go, Mike. Are they going to change it up? Are they going to run something else? Or is it going to be up the middle with Ike McBride?
Ike McBride only 2 carries, make it 3. And with that gain of 1, it'll bring her daily total so far to -1 yard. The starting defense, why not, since they're doing such a great job? We'll introduce them now. The defensive line, Brogan Spearaw, Ace Blackwell, and Gary Marks are the defensive linemen. The linebackers, Tazzy Blackwell, Danny Stinson, Kevin Brackett, and Buddy Blaze. The corners, Ryan Proster, Mike Scott, and Jack Hacksaw. The safeties, Rochelle Colston and Ryan Yosef. Colston, number 1 in the league in interceptions so far this season with 8. Looking for another one in this one. Blackwell up top gets the completion, but it's going to be out of bounds, shy of the line to gain. Brings up a 4th down.
That'd be a little concerning if you're a Lone Star fan. Like, the bread and butter run they're running is not working against the Lycans defense with Mike McBride. And on the other runs, they've been running the fullback. So, not sure about this strategy.
Yeah, you can see McBride's stats there. -1 yard on 3 rushing attempts so far in this one. They're going to have to get her going if they're going to keep up with the Lycans. Over 100 yards for McBride with a long of only 40, Matt, so more than half the yards came on those other 22 carries. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
Wow. My goodness. So the Lone Star Glory, Matt, they came into today's game on a 2-game losing streak. The Lycans, on the other hand, on a 2-game winning streak. They started off the season 1-3 through the first 4 weeks of play. They had a bye week, and coming out of the bye week, they won at home against Jacksonville. They went on the road. They beat Carolina, and here they are in this one now. All day for Richardson, and he's able to find Reed over the middle. A nice gain up to the 45-yard line. The gain of 17 on that play.
Yeah, well, another thing about LA, though, Mike, #1 in strength of victory, #1 in strength of schedule.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely, Matt.
Their record doesn't kind of say how good they really are.
Right. You know, their opponents' combined record right now, 18-12 against all the teams that they've played. The teams that they've beat combined 8-7. I mean, they beat Jacksonville, they're 4-2. They beat Charleston, they're 4-2. So 2 of the teams that they beat have a better record than they do right now. Ball is handed off to Johnson. Johnson doing what Johnson does. Lowers the shoulder again. That actually might be his longest of the day. I think he got 8 on that one.
Yeah, you just got to get going. He can do it. Just destroyed a man to the field. And 2nd and 2. Just give it right back to him.
You know, it hasn't been an easy road for Lone Star either, Matt. They're number 3 in strength of schedule. Their opponents have combined 17-14. Ball is handed off to Johnson again. He gets the first down yardage and more. Carries a couple of defenders on his back as he surges forward to the Lone Star 37-yard line. Matt, he started off slow, like we said, but he's definitely picking it up now.
Yeah, and some of those losses were just bad blocking, honestly. It wasn't Rob Johnson's fault. You got to get him in situations where people aren't in the backfield 2 seconds after he gets, or 2 milliseconds after he gets the ball.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. We'll be back after this. First down and 10 for Los Angeles from the 37-yard line. 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. 2 minutes in the first half, that is. That pass is swung out to the left. Throwing it to Rahman. No gain on the play. Second down and 10.
Yeah, Los Angeles has to get a couple yards here to at least get in field goal range. So watch the pressure from Lone Star and, just make some nice underneath passes.
Richardson, pump fake, throws over the middle into traffic, caught. Gets the first down up to the 24-yard line. Chris Lee with another catch.
That was not the nice and easy pass I was thinking of, Mike, but you know what? It worked. First down.
Coming up. Oh, go ahead, Matt.
I mean, now they're thinking of bigger things than just field goals.
Minute 10 to go with the clock rolling. 2 backs in the backfield. Richardson throws on the run again. This time it's caught. Short gain on the play, and they will go into the hurry-up. Jack Flash with the catch for 2.
Better is to drop
Richardson
that ball.
Gets that one out to the left. Robert Johnson, and that will push him out of bounds, setting up a 3rd down and 3. Coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report, Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green will review league leaders halfway through the season, plus update you on the action going on in Canada between the Fort Worth Toros and the Vancouver Legions, part of our bonus coverage here today on Next Level Sports. It's all coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report. Eight in the box for the Glory. Offside eye for the Lycans. They will pass. Out route down to the bottom. Good quick release on that one, Matt. Caught by Chris Lee.
Yeah, it's worked
and with
a couple times.
40 seconds to go and the clock rolling. They will go back into the hurry-up. Richardson, a deep drop this time. Up top, wide open touchdown, Jack Flash. The Lycans take the lead for the first time in the game.
You didn't have to jump for that one, Mike.
Just a regular Jack Flash, not a jumping
Jack Flash. Yeah. Richardson just looking. Look at the cut by Flash, and he's just open. Oof, nice throw over the outstretched arms.
Yeah,
Number
Jay
57, Jay Mart,
trying to swat that one down. Couldn't quite do it. I said he was wide open. Not quite wide open, but with the linebacker in on coverage, that's a mismatch that Richardson will take all day.
Don't look now, but LA has just kind of come all the way back. They were. Oh no!
Extra point is blocked. Ems has the extra point blocked. Snap did not quite look so good, and the defense able to get right through the snap. A little bit low.
Yeah, not his fault.
It'll go on his stat sheet, Matt, but. Not his fault. Just like you think that somehow interceptions shouldn't count as incompletions for quarterbacks. You're somewhat delusional, Matt.
That's why I play quarterback, Mike.
Soto takes this one out of the end zone.
Oh!
He gets it up to the 25-yard line. 29 seconds to go in all 3 timeouts, Matt. Are you expecting some Ike McBride handoffs, or will Fennick try to get it down the field a bit? What do you think?
I think it's handoffs. You don't want to throw a pick in this field position with only 29 seconds to go. I mean, you could try to get into Hail Mary range, I guess, but I think they're going to try.
3 wide receivers out to the right-hand side. And he will indeed get that pass out to the right, gets the first down, and they'll go into the hurry-up. They have all 3 timeouts, but not using one there. 20 seconds to go in the half. A short pass over the middle sets up Hail Mary range if they'd like. 10 seconds to go. Still not calling any timeouts.
They will.
That one caught by Deuce Fennick. First one was by Greg Soto. Ace Fennick will call the timeout there with 3 seconds left, and that will set us up for a Hail Mary.
Unfortunate time management. They could have had another 20 seconds if they had. Maybe that's the discussion they're having. It's like, call a timeout. You should have called the timeout.
Could be some anger towards the quarterbacks. One right there, I got word from one of the owners of the Lycans, Tom Rahman. He is upset with Nico Squirrel for bobbling the hold on that extra point. Hail Mary by Ace Fennick. Will he have time?
Oh!
Uncorks it, heading towards the end zone, and it is tipped, and incomplete. And that will bring us to halftime as we have triple zeros on the clock here in the first half. So 2 quarters of play in the books. Lone Star 10, Los Angeles 16. We'll take a 2-minute break, and then we will return for the SFL halftime report presented by APM Music.
Welcome to the APM Music Halftime Report. Along with Mike St. Green, I'm Cameron Irvine. It is halftime in Los Angeles, 16-10. LA on top of the glory. Another competitive game here, Mike, here to start Week 8.
Yeah, competitive game for sure, Cam. Lone Star came out great. First possession of the game, Bo Martin Jr. with a huge pick six, but that's pretty much been all the scoring and offense that we've seen out of Lone Star. But obviously that was the defense. But the offensive struggled in the first half, and LA really in the second quarter, they responded very nicely. A couple of touchdown passes from Sully Richardson, and LA are ahead at halftime.
They have a 6-point lead, and it's going to be interesting with Lone Star leading that division. If they do fall, Mexico City will be in sole possession with a 500 record. Mexico City's got Portland coming up tomorrow. They're heavy favorites in that game, so it's going to be it's a huge second half here for Lone Star to try to keep pace with those Mexico City Aztecs in the South. Halfway through the season, Mike, we compiled some numbers around the league, some really interesting stuff, and we want to get your takes on everything happening around the league. Let's start with your teammate, Johnny Pickler. He's on pace to set the SFL record for passing yards, 2,616 through 6 games. Wigmore has the best QBR in Baltimore. Eric Price has been really efficient for Denver. But London's 2-4. Still, heck of a start for Johnny Pickler this season. He's been great.
Yeah, great start passing yards wise for Johnny, and I've actually spoken with Johnny several times, and I know being one of the all-time greats and setting records is extremely important to him, as well as winning. I don't want to just say the numbers are important to him, but winning is important as well. But I'm really happy for Johnny to see him at the top of the charts and possibly with outside chance of breaking what most thought was a unbreakable record.
On the ground, Kevin Say Well, Mike, he's got a lot of work to do to get back on track. He kind of struggled today. He did almost get 100 yards, but say coming into the week was on pace for 2,000. He would be the first since Reggie Streeter did it 3 seasons ago. Scott Johnson has been terrific, and Ezekiel Love too in Portland. But it's been the Kevin Say show this season. Probably the biggest reason why DC is at 5-2 right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's a huge reason why they're 5-2 right now. It struggled earlier today, as you mentioned, against Sioux Falls. Came out with a great game plan to shut him down. As we see right there, it was on pace for over 2,000 coming into today's game. He did have a touchdown run, I believe. I think he had a touchdown run and a touchdown receiving in this game. But Kevin Say has been fantastic, and he's a huge reason why this DC offense has put up the points that they have. As you see, 12 touchdowns leads the league. The 6.4 yards per carry leads tied for first in the league. So huge part of why DC's one of the top scoring teams in this league. And I'm pretty sure he'll bounce back as the season goes on from today.
Now, we expected Pickler would light things up. We thought that Kevin Say may have a bounce-back season as DC continued to improve. This one came out of left field, Mike. Gunnar Lewis signed very late in free agency with San Diego to a massive contract leading Sioux Falls, and he has been worth every penny. First amongst wide receivers in receptions and targets. He leads everyone in targets by a large margin. He's got 8 touchdowns. Ivory Irvin and Vin Calia have been good too, but, I mean, this guy's been a franchise changer just a month and a half in.
Yeah, Gunnar Lewis has been absolutely amazing going over to San Diego. As you mentioned, he's been worth every value penny that they put on him this season. But really one of the surprising parts to that, Cam, is he has a rookie quarterback throwing to him. But he and Leon Hammer over there, his receiving mate over there, they've pretty much made it easy for Scar Patterson. And Gunnar Lewis is definitely on pace for, if not MVP, but definitely Offensive Player of the Year type numbers. And he's been a huge pickup for San Diego and a huge reason why they are off to the start that they are.
San Diego's off to a hot start, but no team is off to a hotter start than the defending champion Baltimore Vultures. And, you know, not a lot of guys blowing the stats up defensively, but Baltimore is your top scoring defense in the SFL right now. Alvin Mack set the tone in week 1 with that tremendous pick 6. And, you know, huge shout outs to Adam Wiseman and KT Horrell up front too. But Alvin Mack seems to just be involved in 1 out of every 2 or 3 plays for this Baltimore Vulture defense, and it's such an underrated unit.
Yeah, we're used to hearing names like Sherron Yates and Giovanni Bolt with this team, right? But now Alvin Mack, he stepped up and has made a huge difference in this defense so far this season. As you see that 43 tackles, 85-yard touchdown, under his belt, and then helping this top-notch defense, best in the league in points allowed. And the thing is, the reason why they're 6-0, best in the league in points allowed, but also first, tied for first in points scored. So that's a hard, tough stat to beat, and it's a huge reason why the Vultures are where they are right now.
It's kind of surprising looking at the stats, Mike. Just not a lot of sacks this year for anybody, really. Nobody's really blowing it up. Queen City's David Tilley, your league leader in sacks. So it was tough to find someone that was standing out in the front 7. It has not been tough to find someone who stands out in the secondary, Mike. In fact, it was tough trying to figure out how many we could fit on a graphic. But Josh Rowe has been sensational. Rochelle Colston, A.J. Levy, and Louisiana's Mike Ryan all have 8 interceptions, all on pace to break the league record. Easier said than done, Mike. Still 6 games to go. But, I mean, Josh Rowe, he's just having a sensational season, one he'll never forget.
Yeah, excellent start for Josh. I mean, had a huge pick 6 this past Monday night against London, and as you mentioned, Cam, we've seen several players be on the pace to break the all-time record, and it kind of slows down over time. But it kind of makes me wonder this season with the rosters expanding and the defenses have more players to work with, far as being able to progress and get better throughout the course of the season. If that that plays into the fact that we've seen a ton of interceptions in the first half of the season.
Last but not least, we were cheering for this guy a couple of weeks ago when he was making kick after kick after kick. But it's Otis Boudreau who has, Mike, 75 straight made field goals. I mean, this is like Kramer Jackman level incredible play, and he's not, even now, 19 for 19 this season, he is not getting the respect. I mean, he's just been sensational. Heck, it matches his jersey number, for crying out loud. And he's on pace to break the league record for most field goals made in the season, too. I mean, he's just been incredible.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Kramer Jackman, legendary kicker in this league, had a walk-off in the championship game and retired and has rolled off into the sunset. But Otis Boudreau, as you mentioned, he is not getting the recognition and that he totally deserves. Basically single-handedly won a game for Louisiana a few weeks ago with 7 field goals in that game. And he was right on pace in their last game before the bye with 4 field goals. But then the offense showed up and the defense did show up to help them win that game. But Otis Boudreau, as you mentioned, no misses in his career, has been excellent, and he's definitely on pace to be Special Teams Player of the Year so far in the SFL.
Mike, around the league, Vancouver-Fort Worth has been postponed. They will play later this evening as that game hits some technical snags. It can happen from time to time, and we'll get that game going, or details about that kickoff will be available on our Discord channel. But for now, 16-10, Los Angeles leads Lone Star. And Mike, quickly, do you think this extra point block is going to make or break this ball game? We saw Arizona have a blocked field goal earlier, and they ended up losing by 2. What do you think?
Cam, those type of plays seem to always come back to bite you or come into play at some point during any ball game, especially in a tight ball game and one-score game as we have right here. But in order to get to that point, this Lone Star offense is going to get going, Cam. We haven't seen much of anybody. We haven't heard many of the familiar usual suspects that we see in this offense. Haven't seen much from Mike McBride. I haven't seen much from Soto or Dave Axis. So they're going to have to get these guys going, get this offense going, and see if they can get things turned around offensively and get back in the game.
Los Angeles just finds a way to make offenses uncomfortable, it seems like, week in and week out. They just seem to make things just a little that much more painful for their opponent. LA up 6 at the half. This has been the APM Music Halftime Report. We'll be back here to wrap up the SFL doubleheader later on today. Mike and Matt back on the call in a couple of minutes. We'll be right back here on NXT.
And welcome back to Los Angeles Full Moon Coliseum. I'm Mike Daggs. Alongside me in the booth, Hall of Famer Matt Wilson, Justin Reside, and Damon Simeon, another Hall of Famer. With us on stats, Cameron Irvine is our producer, another Hall of Famer. My goodness.
We work with Hall of Famers.
A bunch of Hall of Famers and Justin. Matt, your thoughts on the first half of action?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I saw these stats, Mike. I mean, that is a dominant half by LA, but they're only up 6. That pick 6 is just looming large over this game. We'll have to see if Lone Star can get their offense going, because if they can't, it looks like an easy LA victory.
Yeah, we'll see how this unfolds. Extra point blocked at the end of the first half as well. And Ike McBride gets the carry to start half number 2. She gains 1, which, Matt, I mean, these are the stats that are kind of crazy. Ike McBride over 100 yards last week. Currently in this game, you just saw that carry there. That brings her total to 0. 0 yards for Ike McBride. Second down and 9. Ace Fennick to throw, deep pass over the middle. Oh, it's picked off, and that is definitely not how the Glory wanted to get their first half started. Ryan Yosef picking it off for the Lycans.
Yeah, Yosef just looked like it was thrown right to him. He didn't have to jump or anything. That's not the start. Yeah, definitely Lone Star wanted it. Now we'll see if priority number 1 for them is not letting LA score at all, but at least try to hold them to a field goal here.
Ace Fennick trying to hit Deuce Fennick on that one, little too far out in front. Richardson.
Oh.
That pass is thrown complete to Xavius Reed. So, Matt, Los Angeles started out slow. I mean, Richardson, well, you talked about this at the end of the first half, how Los Angeles has been mounting a comeback. It's really almost been a Sully Richardson comeback. He started off with no touchdowns and 2 picks. Since that time, well, I mean, his stats now, 20 of 25, 2 touchdowns and 2 picks, 177 yards through the air. Just completing that one for 6, and now he's back to throw again, out route down to the bottom. Just being a lot more efficient, taking the passes that he can get, and Chris Lee moves the chains.
Yeah, that's when he got in trouble, was he was just kind of throwing it up there and hoping instead taking these. I mean, look at that. Nice route, nice out route. And Chris Lee just perfect catch, perfect throw, and just keep the LA's. They kind of have these slow, methodical drives. That's when you know that their offense is successful. They're not really one big play. It's more just, like I say, nice and methodical.
4 receiver look on first down. Oh, out route up to the top, almost went back the other direction. That pass was jumped. Mickey McGuire pick earlier in the game. Almost had a second, and now just almost had his third. That one falls down to the turf, 2nd and 10.
So maybe they could use a little Robert Johnson sprinkled in here and there with LA, but unless it's a shotgun draw, I don't see it happening.
Matt's favorite play in football, the shotgun draw. Maybe throw a pump fake in there, too, to extra delay.
Oh, yeah.
Richardson, pressure coming, gets it to Johnson behind the line of scrimmage. Johnson lowers the shoulder, but only gains a yard. 3rd down and 9. We haven't seen a lot out of Johnson yet in this one, Matt. He's got 14 attempts for 46 yards. That was his first reception, good for only a gain of 1. He's long on the days, only 10, averaging 3.3 yards per carry. That's a little bit lower than what he's done so far on the season. And now he's going to take a break. 3rd down and 9. Richardson on the right-hand sideline. Well defended. That one is incomplete. Tried to hit Xavius Reed again, and it was covered by McGuire.
McGuire popped them up before he could get the ball. And I guess LA's going to settle for a field goal here, but it will make it a 2-possession ball game.
Would be a long field goal try, and I don't think they're going to do it. Yeah, that would have been about a 52-yarder. I think
there's some wind in this direction, Mike.
Yeah, Ems probably could have made it, but they're going to send out Sid O'Lindy, the undrafted rookie punter. Going to try to pin this one deep, and that ball is actually sailing towards the sidelines.
Where the heck is it going?
Yeah, went to the sidelines a little quicker than he thought, but still, good special teams play by LA, pinning the Glory back to the 10-yard line. So second offensive possession of the second half now for the Glory. Ace Fennick, 8 of 12, 52 yards and a pick, which you saw on the opening possession of the second half. Fennick's going to hand this one off to McBride.
Ooh.
Best run of the day for McBride as she surges forward for a gain of 6.
That Lone Star needs more of that.
Well, yeah, they needed a lot more of that in the first half. I mean, she ended the first half with negative yardage, Matt. I mean, it's just not very common in Ike McBride's career. I'm not sure that's probably ever happened, but
Probably
positive
not.
yardage on that one. And
Round 2.
yeah, here we go. McBride, back-to-back handoffs, another good run, and this time she moves the chains. Gets it up to the 23-yard line. Fresh set of downs.
Well, that's a good start for Lone Star. The same set that didn't work. McBride finds the hole, lowers the shoulder, and somebody did a barrel roll on the ground there.
First and 10 now from the 23-yard line. 3 receiver set. Short drop by Fennick. Fennick trying to find a target deep and does. This time gets it up to the 41-yard line. Pass was hauled in by Greg Soto.
Yeah, LA sent the blitz. Look out, the linebackers are coming, but Fennick found an open receiver, and this is one of Lone Star's best drives, even though they're not even in LA territory yet.
Fennick in the gun. Quick pass up to the top. Back-to-back plays to Greg Soto. That one is also caught. That one's good for only a gain of 4. We'll set up a second down and 6. You can visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6 and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions, plus articles from our content team, including Power Rankings, What We Learned, The Read Option, and Talent Factory Feature Series. See all the league records, team stats, player leaderboards, and more.
Same play.
Deep pass. Yeah, once again, 3 passes in a row to Greg Soto.
Yeah. At least
Rankings
brought
of
the heat. And Fennick's remedy is just throw it to Soto right there. Yeah. Just over the outstretched arms of 2 Lycans. LA better adjust on that play and maybe not bring so many people because pressure's not getting there.
First down and 10 now in LA territory at the 32-yard line. Short drop by Fennick. Out route down to the bottom. Decided to go to a different receiver this time. Back to Deuce Fennick. And that will be good for a gain of 9. So Matt, on the SFL website, you can see all the league records, team stats, player leaderboards, rankings of the next class of SFL talent, so much more. The Simulationfl.net website, your home for everything SFL. Fennick, offset I formation for the Glory, gets this one out to McBride. McBride, first down and a little bit more, just on the outskirts of the red zone. First down and 10 from the 21.
Yeah, and again, Lone Star's just taking what the defense is giving them, not forcing anything. We haven't seen any negative runs by McBride. She's been productive when they've given her the ball, so that's been kind of the recipe for success on this drive.
Yeah, far different than the first half. This time, it's not going to be quite the same success for Mateo Privado, as he will go for no gain.
Yeah, he really hasn't done much in this game. Kind of taking carries right now that maybe should be going to McBride, but we'll see. I've been proven wrong a million times before.
Fennick, out route, down to the bottom, complete. Pass hauled in by Ziggy Ronick, and that's going to be a first down. It'll be a first down and 10, not a first down and goal, but a first down and 10 from the 10.
I thought it was overthrown, but Ace had a deeper receiver in mind. How is this? First and 10 from the 10. I guess you can
it's
get
first
to the
and
goal.
10.2, Matt.
Wow. Well, good luck getting that first down without scoring a touchdown.
We'll see if that comes into play. 3 receiver set for the Glory. Fennec changing the play at the line. Short drop, quick pass up to the top. And hits Soto for a gain of 3. 66 yards on 6 catches now for Greg Soto.
Now, 3 yards isn't the worst thing in the world. 2nd and 7. Just keep going to your short passing game, I would think. I mean, you got
Glory looking for their first offensive touchdown of the ball game. The other one coming off of a pick 6. Fennec looks, fires towards the end zone. That one's caught, and it is a touchdown for the Lone Star Glory. Throwing it to the tight end, Adam Williams, and Fennec gets his first passing touchdown of the day.
And that looked like a completely different offense, Mike, from the whole first half.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt.
More short passing game. The running game was mostly successful when necessary, and Fennec just picking apart the LA defense. Not a lot of pressure on him either. Yeah, that first half, he was kind of shuffling around a bit, had to make some off-base throws, which aren't particularly accurate usually, and that time, clean as a whistle.
James Troll on for the extra point try to give them the lead after the Lycans had their extra point blocked. That one is up and good. So the Lone Star Glory will take a 1-point lead here with 4:43 to go in the third quarter. The SFL continues spotlighting games in their own time slot on Monday, March 14th with St. Louis versus Florida. Next week's special feature, live mics all night from both teams' coaching staffs as they talk about the matchup and the game unfolding in front of them. You can visit simulationfl.net for complete Monday night special schedules and details. This one's returned by LZ Pryor up to the 24-yard line. And, Matt, last week's game was really interesting with the different camera angles that we don't normally use in the SFL. And got to see some live player cams the week before on the Monday night special. So no Monday night special this week, but it'll be back next week. And get to hear from coaches live during the game. That'll be an exciting change to experience as well. So Monday night special features bringing you something a little bit different this season. Sully Richardson. Great turnaround after a slow start. And speaking of great turnarounds, Robert Johnson. He's had a great game so far, but that's definitely his long on the day. The previous long, Matt, was 10. He just tripled it and added another yard.
Yeah, Johnson just ripping off tacklers here. That guy completely missed Evan Lacey. Robert Johnson just gets brought down in the nick of time because tough train to bring down once he gets moving.
Yeah, Freddie Trammell and Evan Lacey both in pursuit. Lacey missed, Trammell got him. But just like that, they're in Lone Star territory. Richardson out up to the top, complete to Xavius Reed. He's been targeted a whole lot in this one, Matt, just like always, quite frankly. But Xavius Reed carrying this Lone Star offense in the receiving game.
Yeah, like I say, we haven't seen a real big play from either team so far. It's just kind of been a grind them out kind of day.
Mickey McGuire there on your screen has a pick earlier in this one. Had his hands on a couple more. Richardson hands this one off to Johnson. Johnson finally able to bounce it out to the right net. We've seen that run, I think, 3 times now, and the first 2 times it went for a loss. That time he's able to get it.
The big back like that with that much, boy, he had to show a lot of patience waiting for his blocks to develop and get what he could because I didn't see anything there to start with.
So first down and 10 from the 31, 4 receiver set. Richardson to throw. Fires over the middle there. Was that a jumping jack flash, Matt? No, it wasn't. Chris Lee was 73 yards. So there's the receiver comparison for the leading receivers from both teams. Lee was 73 and Soto was 66 on the other side. I saw the jump and just assumed, Matt.
Yeah, you can't assume. You got to verify the flash.
And I saw Flash standing up to the top looking back like, oh, that could have been me. Richardson, deep drop, quick pass over the middle. That one's Jack Flash. Nope. Wrong again.
Oh,
0 for
my
2,
gosh.
Matt. But
Three
it's the first
strikes.
down nonetheless.
3 strikes, and I don't know what's going to happen. Only the commissioner knows.
Sully Richardson, 25 of 31, breaks the 200-yard mark, 2 touchdowns. His quarterback rating, Matt, almost a 90 now. It was down in the 30s when I mentioned it the last time. And a little bit better. Richardson, pump fakes, throws, wide open target. And that one's good for a gain of 9. Second down and 1 after completion to Xavius Reed.
Yeah, that's when the Lycans, have been most effective. There, Reed just kind of, again, working that middle of the field, and it's been pretty soft so far. That short middle. Now we're at the 8. Second and 1 from the 8. I'd say spool up Robert Johnson here. He's been running pretty hard lately.
Robert Johnson now averaging over 5 yards per carry. He had half of that for most of the first half. Takes this handoff and stuffed. Wrapped up and stuffed. Brought down for no gain by Freddie Trammell, combined with Tina Begin. Third down and 1.
I'd still run it again. I wouldn't run that trap. I wouldn't run the off tackle either. I would just hit it up the middle with Johnson. But it looks like they have a different idea, perhaps.
Richardson under center with 3 receivers split out wide to the left. Short pass over the middle, wide open and complete, hitting Tommy Rahman, the fullback. That'll be good for a first down. Sets up a first down and goal from the 7.
It's like the greatest 2-yard play you'll ever see, Mike. Lots of pressure in Richardson's face. He knew he just needed the first. Got it. Now they have another 3 downs to work with. Try to get this into the end zone.
8-play drive so far, covering 78 yards. It started at the 10. Free play. Richardson looks towards the end zone, and that one is caught just shy. Hey, it's Chris Lee. Got it right that time.
I guess you take the penalty.
Yeah,
it's half the distance. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, if you take the penalty, you lose a little bit of yards.
Yeah,
they will accept it though. So instead of being a second and goal from the 2, it'll be a first and goal from the 3, I think. So 3.5-ish.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I guess you get the extra down and you're only losing a little bit of space. So probably the right decision. Matt, this is why we're not coaches.
Well, I didn't say. I just say it's interesting. 1, 2. Looks like almost 4 to me. 1, 2, 3.
3.5. Just like I said. Richardson in the gun. Fires down to the bottom. Tommy Rahman into the end zone. Touchdown Lycans, and they retake the lead.
Yep, they just flared both backs out in the flats. The flats were not covered. And, Rahman just could have limped into the end zone.
Yeah, Tommy Rahman, the big conversion for the first down, set up the first down and goal, and then is able to get the touchdown reception. 10 plays, 86 yards, resulting in a touchdown, extra point try forthcoming to give them, once again, a 6-point lead. Matt, would you be tempted at that point already to go for 2 to get that 7-point lead, or
no,
too
you
soon?
don't chase points in the third quarter. You got to assume you're going to be back there sometime. So, middle of the 4th, maybe, yes. Almost beginning of the 4th, nah, not yet. Because then it would be a 5-point game, right? So, yeah, that wouldn't work.
So Lone Star starting to claw back into this one, Matt. The yardage total still quite a disparity, but Lone Star climbing. Look at this! Here we go. That's how you get back into it. Greg Soto breaking past midfield. Nobody's out in front of him. Rob M's in pursuit, but falling behind, and it is a touchdown for the Glory as he tiptoes into the end zone.
It looks right at number 1. Oh boy.
Soto looking at M saying, "Thanks for the ball. I'll take this to the house if you don't mind." The disrespect.
That one caught me off guard. It was just a pile of bodies, and then Soto just kind of squeezes through. And the poor Rob Evans, he's trying his best. He's just it's like a cheetah against a turtle.
Rob Evans
and then Rob's
not known for his speed.
Yeah, hi Rob.
Yeah, Soto says, "Here, you can catch up. Come on, I'm just tiptoeing." Well, all tied back up. So that 10-play drive by the Lycans,
Erased.
well, yeah, erased from existence.
Oh, yes.
As Greg Soto says, I'm just going to go ahead and, bring that back. And, well, just like that, the Glory retake the lead.
So the Glory have points off a pick six and a kickoff return for a touchdown.
That's right.
I mean, that's like a turnover in itself.
Yeah, defense and special teams keeping them in this one. The offense starting to get back, to what we've seen in previous games, and very slow start for them. But the defense and special teams putting 14 points on the board for them. That return by Pryor brought up to the 25-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. 11 minutes remains here in Los Angeles. We got a close one. Lone Star 24, Los Angeles 23. How will it finish? There's only one way to find out, Matt, and that's to watch the fourth quarter. You're watching Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. And welcome back to Full Moon Coliseum here in Los Angeles. Lone Star Glory with a 1-point lead over the hometown Lycans. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Matt Wilson. Justin Resigned, Damon Simeon with us. Robert Johnson with the football. Cameron Irvine, our producer. A little bit of everybody it takes to get this production going. Start of the fourth quarter. The Lycans in possession of the football. Gain of 4 by Johnson on that play.
Yeah, Johnson just... LA, don't panic. Just keep with what you were doing. Run it at Johnson. Working the short passing game.
Richardson
like
gets this one, down to the bottom, hauled in by Xavius Reed. He'll get a fresh set of downs up to the 35-yard line. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect track for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Richardson finds Rahman up top. Good for no gain. Second down and 10.
Yeah, Rahman had to slow down. Not a good idea for your fullback if he's got to kind of reestablish. Not the quickest 0 to 60 kind of guy, or 0 to 20. However fast these fullbacks run, I don't know.
Bo Martin Jr. with the pick 6 to get things started for the Lone Star Glory. The defense and special teams units accounting for 14 points of offense for the Glory. Well, 14 points of scoring, I should say. They'll be an integral part in maintaining this lead and potentially helping the Glory win this game, as that pass is caught by LZ Pryor, setting up a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, 3rd down and 3, this should be very comfortable for LA. They could just go to one of their plethora of 3rd down passes, although could go either way here.
Pass, handoff to Robert Johnson. Scoots through the tacklers to get the 1st down, crossing midfield. 1st and 10 from the 49.
Great vision again by Johnson. Everyone's kind of pulling, and he decides to take it a completely different direction, just weaving through the defenders to get that 1st down. If he had taken his original the way the play was really originally designed, he probably would have been tackled for a loss.
First down now for LA. Robert Johnson right around 100 yards on the day. Tries to add a little bit more on and cannot. Sets up a 2nd down and 10. Looked like he may have gotten a yard map, but they'll keep the chains where they are. Nate Hall with the tackle.
Yeah, he lowered his shoulder. I thought Hall was going for a ride, but nice job by Hall to grab the feet of Johnson and stop that in its tracks.
And a free play for the Lycans as one of the members of the Glory jumps off sides. This one hauled in and good for a gain of about 8. Looks like Chris Lee with the reception. We'll see if they accept this penalty or not.
Another interesting one. I guess I maybe would.
Yeah, they'll decline this one because they would have lost about 3 yards on the play.
Oh, boy. This is why Matt Wilson does not coach football.
That's what I tried saying earlier, and you were like, well,
Yeah,
nothing. This is why we don't coach. That's what I was trying to tell everyone.
Oh, man.
But you don't listen. 2nd down and 2. Excuse me, 3rd down and 2. So that one would have actually been a tough call, Matt, because you could have had a 2nd and 5 or a 3rd and 2. So we'll see what happens. See if this comes back to haunt him. Richardson, short drop, quick pass, tip, and incomplete. So there's a 4th down, and they instead of getting 2 shots at it, they decide to go with 1. Yeah, I guess I can understand not taking the penalty with a 3rd and 2 if your plan was to run Robert Johnson for 2, but throwing a little bit riskier and did not pay off.
I like my call better now, Mike. I would have accepted the penalty.
See, Matt, you should be coaching. That's what I keep
there you
trying
go.
to tell everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe in retirement. 4th down and 2, and the Lycans will have to punt this one away. Sid O'Lindy kicks it deep. Greg Soto will let it bounce to the 5, and it is a touchback. Much to the dismay of Matt, carried into the end zone by Prince Parker. It'll be the Lone Star Glory's football on the other side of the break. You're watching the Simulation Football League Saturday Showcase presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports.
Let's go.
Welcome back to Los Angeles. 7 minutes, 29 seconds to go in the ball game. Lone Star with possession of the football. Fennec back to pass. Pressure coming. Can he get it off? He can. McBride hitting the backfield, but breaks the tackle. Gets the first down and a little bit more. Wow, great play by the Glory.
Yeah, the pressure. That's why you dump it down to your halfback, Mike. And McBride made just, I don't know, that felt like a 90-yard touchdown throw to me. Absolutely nothing there. Surges ahead for 10, and just the way the time's working, that's big play.
Ike McBride with 13 receiving yards and 10 rushing yards, so not very productive, but huge play for them right there. Gets this handoff, runs up the middle. A good run for her this time as she falls forward. Back-to-back first downs to Ike McBride. And, Matt, it's a tale of three quarters, and, we'll see what happens here in the fourth. But total yards for the Lone Star Glory in the first quarter, 19. In the second quarter, 34. Third quarter, 89. So far, they've had 20 in the fourth quarter. So, their yardage totals darn near doubling from one quarter to the next. And still nursing a 1-point lead. We'll see what they can do on this drive, see if they can add to it. Fennec with two backs in the backfield hands this ball off to the fullback, Mateo Privado, with the nifty spin. I think that's aided by that fin that he's got sticking out of the back of his jersey. It helps his aerodynamics.
Exactly. That's why everyone should have one.
Well, why don't you?
Next season, Mike, it's coming out.
Ace Fennec 153 passing yards now on the day, and passing touchdowns, also thrown an interception. Ball is handed off to McBride. Hit the line of scrimmage and dropped. No gain on the play.
What a play.
Yeah, Buddy Blaze with the tackle.
So now McBride's got a Bucker average from the first couple quarters here and pick up a first. I think that's where this ball is. Well, again, this is why I don't coach. I expect some slants here. Be careful.
Fennec throws, and that one's incomplete. Nearly went the other way. It looked like Rochelle Colston had her hands on the ball, Matt, and back-to-back weeks with 2 interceptions. So far, none in this one. So we'll see if she can snag one before the day is done. 4th down and 2, and the drive will come to an end. So LA sits on to punt for the Glory.
More special teams fun.
See if Matt can go full Shinzon on this one, too, if it bounces into the end zone. Down at the 5, and
no.
Well, no Shinzon this time, but another touchback. So we've seen great special teams play. We've seen questionable special teams play. Robert Johnson with 101 rushing yards on the day. His average of 4.8 on the day, Matt. That's in line with what he's produced so far this season. His average throughout the season so far is 4.6, so a little bit better than his average on his 4-season career. He usually averages over 4 yards per carry. See what he can do on this drive. First, Richardson will throw wide open to the top, hitting Chris Lee, who's 4 yards shy of 100.
Yeah, and that's, again, the plays that are working for him. Short passing game. A little out here. Nobody in the vicinity. And just tiptoes out of bounds. And Adam Williams, nice guy, helped him back onto the field.
102 yards in the stat truck for Chris Lee on 10 receptions. He's also got a touchdown along a 24. Ball is handed off to Richardson.
Oh, no.
Tackled for a loss. Brought down in the backfield. Bobo Caudill. 6'7", 330 pounds of Caudill.
Toledo.
You ain't going to run through that.
We're going to need 2 old country buffets for that, man. Like, look at that size of him. Holy Toledo.
The hungry boy.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's 2 men in one, Mike. They glued them together. 2 Caudills. Siamese twins.
He's you're ridiculous. He's got 100 pounds on Robert Johnson. 100 pounds. And you saw it right there.
He's got a Wilson on Robert Johnson.
Richardson, 5-step drop, quick pass over the middle, and that is caught, but it's going to only be good for a gain of 4. So did not go for the first down yardage, went for the short yardage, and Reed unable to get yards after catch. It'll be a 4th down. Sid O'Lindy on to punt once again on back-to-back drives for the Lycans as they trail by 1. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the ballgame.
Don't outkick your coverage, O'Lindy. This is up there for a while.
And this one returned up to the 36. That's where the Glory will take back over. Coverage of the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports continues next Saturday, March 12th, with 2 highly anticipated matchups. Vancouver tries to conquer their Mexico City Demons once more in an international clash. Then Marcus Dunhill returns to Atlanta with his new team, Jacksonville, for the first time since he won a title at the Hive. Coverage starts at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Visit NLSE.com to find Next Level Sports in your area.
Oh,
that run goes for negative yards, so they're going the wrong way to start this drive. Bravado unable to do the nifty spins and jukes he tried on the last carry that he had. That one goes for -1.
that looked like Lone Star's first quarter. Just that one play. I don't know if they're going to try to milk a little bit of clock. You're up a point. I don't think you can really do that yet.
No, you know, if you're only up by 1, I don't think you can really consider yourself up at all. I mean, a field goal kills that 1 point lead. And Ike McBride trying to get the first down, and she does. Tackled, still in Lone Star territory, but almost at midfield. First down and 10.
Yeah, huge clump of humanity in the pocket, but no one near Ike McBride. Big mistake. Big first down, especially now we're getting into the 3-minute area. This drive, I mean, this is it. You know, Lone Star could technically run the clock all the way down and win the game.
Ace Fennick, 19-24, 163 yards, a touchdown and a pick. 79% completion percentage. Just does not want to make any more mistakes. Letting some time tick off the clock as we approach the 3-minute mark. Oh! Gets it out to McBride for a gain of 3. So, yeah, it's do or die now for the defense, Matt. They gotta stop Lone Star on this drive. You know, if they get a touchdown, that extra point could come into play big time because they'd be down by 8. They'd need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion just to tie. 5 on the line for the Lycans. Ball is handed off to McBride once again. McBride, can she get the first down? No. Sets up a 3rd down and 1, and that should bring us down to the 2-minute warning. So a big 3rd down coming up on the other side of the break, and we'll have to see what they decide to do with that one. Matt, would you trust McBride?
They might snap it, Mike. They might snap it for the 2 minutes.
McBride only averaging 1.6 yards per carry today. Same with Bravado, the fullback. Will they snap it? They do. Handoff is good for a first down. Hauled over the line to gain by Bravado. 2 minutes to go in this one. 1:59 officially. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports. We'll be back to see the conclusion of this one after this. Stay with us. Minute 59 to go here in Los Angeles. Lone Star nursing a 1-point lead to hand this one off. And LA will have to burn their first timeout as Mateo Privado takes another carry for a gain of 4. And, Matt, the stats in this one so far, it's still heavily leaning towards Los Angeles. Look at the rushing yard comparison.
Yeah, and I mean, it's this game's statistical. It's a statistical nightmare. It's just been special teams and defense that have really helped Lone Star out in this game. 69
total plays for Los Angeles, only 46 for Lone Star. Make it 47. Privado once again, and you will see your second timeout burned by Los Angeles as a 3rd down and 5 is coming up. And, Matt, this could be the 3rd down of the game, because if they get a first down here, Los Angeles will burn their final timeout, but it'll be all for naught as the clock will be able to be taken down to 0. Danny Stinson, 6 tackles.
Uh-oh. This play has not worked very well all game long. Let's see what they do with it.
8 in the box. McBride takes a handoff and brought down at the 33.
Here we go, Mike.
LA will burn their final timeout. So a 50-yard field goal try could be in order, and at least that would give the Glory a 4-point lead. So a field goal would not help Los Angeles.
There's where that extra point comes in.
Yeah, James Troll on for the field goal try. We'll see if he can make this kick. He had a field goal earlier on in the ball game. He's missed 1 on the season so far. 7 of 8 right now. High snap brought down.
Oh.
Kick is on its way, and it is good. Makes the kick, and Matt, just like you said, that's where the extra point's going to come into play, because now Los Angeles, with no timeouts and a minute 45 on the clock, they'll have to work their way all the way down the field and get into the end zone. They need a touchdown or bust. Coming up on the APM Music post-game update, Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green will break down the afternoon block of games and preview tomorrow's doubleheader on the SFL family of networks. It's all coming up on the SFL post-game update. Return taken up to the 23-yard line, so 77 yards away from victory. Elsie Pryor gets it up to the 23 for the Lycans.
My worry is, does LA have a pass play big enough, get them 20 to 30-yard chunks, right? They've kind of been living and dying by, the 10-yard outs, but that might not work in this situation, especially with no timeouts. If we don't get out of bounds.
Longest completion of the day, 24 yards. This one over the middle, and that one's complete up to the 36-yard line, so a 13-yarder to get them started, and Richardson will hurry back to the line. 4 wide receivers and a tight end in the formation. A short drop by Richardson goes over the middle again, and we see a flag come out, Matt. A little bit of pass interference as he tried to hit Jack Flash. I don't know. The cameraman's focusing on Juke and Rukin.
It is.
And it is indeed a pass interference call on the Lone Star Glory, and they call it on Juke and Rukin. I guess he must have dropped into coverage there. That's a whole lot of coverage.
Yeah, that's a huge play. Mike stops the clock, gives LA yards. Now they can sub out into a different formation if they want. And, it's not out of the realm of possibility now. 1:23 to go, and they're on they're 45. Not too far to go.
55 yards from Patert. Richardson. Short drop again. Swings this one out to Johnson.
Not what you wanted to do.
No, tackle for a loss.
Here, drop the ball. Gonna eat some clock.
Yeah, 4 receiver set. Minute 8. Richardson gets it out to Johnson again. Can Johnson get past this time? No, he cannot.
Time out.
Only gains the yard. Juke and Rukin with the tackle.
Can't keep throwing it to Johnson. It's going to go nowhere fast.
3rd down and 10. Need at least half of it here. They'll get a little bit more than half. It sets up a 4th down and 1. This could be the ball game. Elsie Pryor with a jumping one-handed catch. 4th and 1. Richardson throws, and it is caught for the first down. The drive stays alive. 36 seconds to go. Clock rolling. Richardson getting everybody set. Snaps the ball and spikes it. 2nd down and 10 with 30 seconds to go in the ball game. 39 yards away from the end zone, and they need the touchdown.
Get that play out of here. Oy.
Not a fan of that one, huh?
Well, I mean, Richardson's got to take more risk than to just chucking it down to the back. Now we got 2 backs, so I don't know about this one either. We'll have to see.
Richardson, 40 of 48 on the day, approaching 300 yards. Throws sidearm over the middle, passes the 300-yard mark. It's complete. 24 seconds to go. Clock is rolling. Getting back to the line. Richardson's going to need to take some shots at the end zone here. And first we'll spike the ball. 17 seconds to go in the ball game. Yeah, good spike. Get it, maybe get some more receiving targets out there. I don't know about that 2-back set either, Matt.
No, I have not seen a gun, I don't think today. They need something big. I mean, they probably get 2 plays, Mike. So, I mean, if they want to run, I dare run slants twice, but I don't know about this, Mike. I don't know.
4 wide receiver set. Richardson under center. 17 seconds to go in the ball game. Richardson throws over the middle. That one's caught. It's about halfway there. 11 seconds. They'll hurry back to the line. First down and 10 from the 13-yard line. Will he spike it or will he throw the pass? 4 seconds. 3 seconds. He'll spike it with 2 seconds left. Matt, they've got one final shot at this one.
Bring out the gun with the 2-back set flare. You might be able to get one of them open in the flats. At least give maybe Johnson a chance to truck. I mean, you can't go to the sidelines. It's got to be in the end zone. Yeah, this is good.
5 wide for the Lycans. Richardson in the gun. It all comes down to this. If they get the touchdown, they win. If they don't, they lose. Richardson throws back corner of the end zone. It's incomplete. And the Lone Star Glory will come away with the victory, 27-23 over the Los Angeles Lycans. What a wild finish. Matt, your final thoughts on this one as we look at the final stats and highlights.
I mean, 405 to 216, Mike. It all came down to special teams and defense for Lone Star. Otherwise, they had no business being in this game.
Everything looking like it was going the Lycans' way stat-wise, but the Lone Star Glory coming away with the victory. They will improve to 4-3 on the season. The Lycans will fall to 3-4. Coming up next for the Lone Star Glory, next weekend, they will return back home and host the Portland Fleet. Next up for the Lycans, they will remain here at home and host the Houston Hyenas. Coming up next week, Simulation Football League action will return in Week 9 on March 12th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Vancouver Legion will head to Mexico to take on the Mexico City Aztecs. Matt, what are your thoughts for player of the game in this one as we see Greg Soto go into the end zone?
I don't even know.
To me, Bo Martin Jr. getting the game started with the pick 6. That's, it didn't have a lot of stats since then, but that set the tone for the Glory.
Right at the blocked extra point.
Yeah, there you go. The block extra point that made all the difference in the world. You heard Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green talking about it during the halftime show. Will that come back into being a factor? And it sure did. They were well within range to get a game-time field goal if that was applicable, and obviously ended up not being so.
The dump downs to Johnson, it just ruined it.
Yeah, absolutely. Player of the game, Greg Soto, with his 6 receptions, 66 yards, and that's right, a kick return for a touchdown, over 200 yards in kick returns. Congratulations to Greg Soto and the Lone Star Glory. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. Final score, Lone Star 27, Los Angeles 23. For Matt Wilson, Justin Reside, Damon Simeon, and Cameron Irvine, I am Mike Daggs, saying thank you for joining us, everybody, and have a great night.
Welcome back to Sim Football Postgame with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine. And, Mike Daggs and Matt Wilson were talking about that last drive for Los Angeles. But at the end of the day, L.A. had a chance to win the game, one-on-one coverage in the end zone. And it was knocked away by Bo Martin Jr., the guy that started it all for Lone Star today. I mean, it wasn't a perfect 2-minute offense, but with no timeouts, I don't know what more else you could ask for if you were Los Angeles.
Yeah, LA, they definitely had their chances in this game, and the blocked extra point that we talked about at halftime and that they mentioned there at the end of the game, it did come into play, but at the end of the day, they did have their chance to win this game, thrown into the end zone, after getting the ball back with about a minute to go in the fourth quarter. But Bo Martin Jr., as you mentioned, with the big knockdown at the end, started the game off great with the pick six on the first drive, and I guess poetic that he ended it with the knockdown on the last play of the game.
You know what we saw today on Next Level Sports, Mike? We what is the Herm Edwards quote? They were what they thought we were, or something. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Well, Dennis Green.
Yeah, Dennis Green, exactly. What was the quote, Mike? Do you?
They were who we thought they were.
Yeah, there you go. You said it much better than me. That's what we saw. We saw a bunch of teams in the middle of the standings. Nobody was perfect by any means. There was some questionable plays, some questionable decisions, and some rough special teams play, some great special teams play. But in the end, these teams are indistinguishable, Mike. I mean, Lone Star gets a narrow victory. LA loses, but I don't know that I feel any different leaving this game in the way that I view these two teams.
Well, Cam, I've always heard football referenced as the ultimate team game, and that's what we saw today from Lone Star. The offense didn't do a whole lot. I think Ike McBride had under 15 yards rushing. The receiving core didn't do a whole lot. Greg Soto led the receiving core with 66 yards. Dave Axis, I think, only had one catch.
Yeah,
but
quiet.
But Ace Fennick, in his defense of the offense, he took care of the ball, over 80% completion rate, no turnovers, and that was key. And maybe I think one interception, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it was just key in taking control of keeping control of the ball, keeping LA, at least somewhat off balance and off the field. And Lone Star, they did get a couple of key turnovers as well. But the most important thing they did, as I mentioned, the team sport, is they got everything that they could out of what they did get. A pick six. Gunny McGuire, followed that up with an interception in the first quarter, and then two huge 50-yard field goals from James Stroll. And then how could I forget the punt return, the kick return from Greg Soto. So they got everything they could get out of special teams and defense. The offense was steady enough and didn't really put them in any bad situations, and they came away with a victory.
There are teams in this league that are making a living this season out of winning games without committing turnovers, with solid special teams, great kicking game. And that's what we saw at Lone Star today. Kudos to them. 4-3. They put the pressure on Mexico City to continue to keep pace, and on Fort Worth, for that matter, who plays later tonight against Vancouver. Quick programming note: tomorrow on the SFL family of networks, a doubleheader in prime time starts with Denver and London. Mexico City, as mentioned, plays Portland, Carolina, Louisiana, Charleston, Tulsa. For the 4-2 Predators, the 3-3 Desperados. Tulsa is unbeaten in their division, but have a long history with Charleston, and it's a good slate of games. But that Charleston-Tulsa game late at Greenwood District Stadium is going to be popping.
Yeah, Cam, that's the one game that stood out to me. That's going to be an interesting game tomorrow night. Can Charleston continue their winning ways? 4-2 right now. Tulsa, they want to take a step forward and finally get to the playoffs and at least be a part of that playoff conversation. So it's going to be a huge game, and I've seen a couple of social media posts from Tulsa this week, and they really want to make a statement in this game, Cam. And so I'm going to be looking forward to that. And the other one I'm looking forward to, Louisiana. They're coming off of a bye week. Carolina Skyhawks, they've been kind of struggling a little bit for us, wins and losses, but this team scores a lot of points Louisiana, they tend to, not score a lot of points. They kind of grind it out on offense. So it's going to be interesting to see that game as well. Louisiana coming off of a bye. Can they continue their winning ways in that game at home tomorrow night?
Carolina's one of those teams that they do not ball control offense. They are ready to hit you deep down the field, and that's Louisiana's strength. So we'll see if Carolina tries to say, we can beat you with our game, or if they try to mix it up and are scared by that Louisiana secondary. That is going to be an interesting matchup. That is it for us here at the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music this week on Next Level Sports. He's Mike St. Green. We love having him here every week. I'm Cameron Irvine. More SFL action all weekend long. Stay tuned to social media at Simulationfl, and we'll see you right back here, same time, same place, next Saturday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, for a doozy of a doubleheader here on Next Level Sports. Thanks for watching. Have a great night, everybody.